And good evening, too. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports, live tonight from Glenn C. Smith Field in Pittsfield for JV contest as the Sockies and the Auburn Trojans match up here on a beautiful evening for high school football. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports alongside John Hull. I'm Charlie Hull. Glad you've joined us for some JV level action tonight. These squads have played in freshman action. That was last Thursday. Auburn got the win there by a few touchdowns. They beat the Sockies on the varsity side 33-13 on Friday night, and they're looking for the clean sweep here tonight with the JV contest. The Pittsfield junior varsity team with just one loss on the season. That was to Williamsville. They have been successful in their other contest, including a big win last Monday against Pleasant Plains with a 50-plus point win in that contest. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal, here to serve you with all of your banking needs. Learn more about the services they offer at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The young Sockies squad going to be led by quarterback Tucker Cook, who is a junior for this squad. Has played fairly well in different positions for the Sockies. Has actually played some line on the defensive side, some linebacker, and has also been the backup quarterback. We've seen him sparingly in the varsity games, mostly as a running threat, but he'll mix it up a little bit here this evening. He's got a couple of good sophomore running backs in Jaden Moore and Jake Otker, who both run very, very hard, and they've had a lot of success at the JV level. We see on the Auburn side of things some pretty good size on the offensive line, which is what we saw with Auburn last Friday night as well. So obviously you can tell the weight program is really working out well for Coach Gardner and company at Auburn, as they are definitely helping to develop their players and get them ready to play at the varsity level. We'll step aside for a break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll get set for this junior varsity contest next.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agri-Service, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agri-Service. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Pittsfield Sockies and the Auburn Trojans in junior varsity action for you this evening. The high school team, the varsity team that is for Pittsfield, has a home game this Friday. They'll take on Petersburg Porta, and then they finish up their season on the road against Riverton in Week 9. Sockies, of course, 0-7 on the season, so no chance of a playoff bid. It's been since 2009 the varsity program has qualified for the playoffs, so it's been a while for the Socky program, more than some of these guys that are playing in this game have been alive, quite honestly. For the Auburn Trojans, their varsity team travels to Stanford Olympia this Friday evening to take on the 5-2 Olympia squad, and then they host Williamsville in Week 9, so a couple of tougher contests to finish out the season. They, however, are 5-2 on the year, so most likely in the Sangamo Conference, that would qualify you for a playoff bid at 5-4. But Ryan Gardner's squad is not planning on being 5-4, John. They have every intention of going to Olympia this Friday night and knocking that team off.
Yeah, and Auburn really showed that they could throw the ball around, and if they get in rhythm and don't have the turnovers that they had against the Sockies, I think they probably have the ability to maybe do that.
I actually think it's a fairly evenly matched contest. A little bit of a couple of varying styles when you look at the way that Olympia really kept the ball on the ground most of the time out of the wing tee. Auburn really liked to put it in the air and did a nice job of spreading things out. It could be an interesting matchup. Pittsfield lost to Olympia 35-14 and Auburn 33-13, so fairly similar scores there and some similar opponents. So I think that'll be a good matchup. A little bit of an edge, I would say, would go to Olympia hosting that contest. But you never know, this Auburn program traditionally has been very, very good. Ryan Gardner's squad was 6-4 a year ago, and so looking to make it a couple of playoff trips in a row. Here with a good senior class, we saw Talon Kern at the quarterback spot. Probably the most impressive player we saw on Friday was Grant Thompson. He was just absolutely everywhere on offense, defense, special teams. Just was a very, very impressive player. So much so that Pittsfield basically changed their offensive style to run away from him most of the night, and had some success running the ball once they kind of got some things adjusted, but they did not block Dobson very much. He was in on a lot of plays.
He would still be the tackler part of the time coming from the backside, which I'm not sure if that says more about Grant Dobson or his teammates, but he was definitely an impressive player for sure.
He was for sure. Now this junior varsity set up for the Sangamo Conference. You'll see a lot of sophomores and freshmen, but there are several juniors for both teams, for example, that'll be playing tonight. And I think that's what you see in this conference, John, is there's quite a bit of depth in most of the programs that these juniors need to get quality game reps. Sometimes they're kids that maybe play just defense or just offense at the varsity level, so they'll play the opposite here on Monday nights. And sometimes they're just biding their time until their senior season with good players in front of them, and they still need to have that development in an actual contest.
Yeah, and with the quality of opponents as we see a lot of the time in the Sangamo Conference with the Williamsvilles and Maroas, that's very true a lot of the time is, they're kind of waiting to be the next man up, although they often do get at least some playing time on Friday nights, as a lot of those teams do tend to win games by pretty significant margins.
Yeah, that is true. Coming into week 8, believe it or not, Maroa is 7-0 in conference play at the varsity level. They still play at New Berlin this week and then home against Athens in week number 9. Athens actually could knock them off and make it a couple of way. Well, actually, they'd be the representative at that point, wouldn't they? If they would knock off Maroa, and of course Athens could not lose to Riverton this week, which isn't likely, of course. But they would both then be 8-1 on the season, with Athens having the head-to-head, and we've seen that happen before with Ryan Knox's squad.
That's true. We have. They've found ways to win at the end of the year, and they are kind of the change in style from an awful lot of the rest of the Sangamo, and the Sangamo tends to have a lot of teams that like to run that spread, like the Sockies like to at least start out in, and the Athens Warriors really run the wing tee and kind of run it at you, other than outside of Olympia, really.
There's some interesting matchups when it comes to the varsity level this week. New Berlin needs to win to keep their playoff chances alive. They are on the road at Maroa. No, they're home against Maroa Forsyth, so a tough matchup for them. Pleasant Plains is at Williamsville, needing a win to keep their playoff chances alive and make that Week 9 game against New Berlin meaningful for those two teams. Pittsfield, of course, is playing against Porta. Porta got their first win of the season last week, beating Riverton 48-6. So they're looking for back-to-back wins, and the first time in a long time for that Porta AC squad, and they will come here to Glen C. Smith Field on Friday night. Let's take our final break of the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll have kickoff next in junior varsity action on Central Illinois Sports.
We do a procedure called a transcatheter aortic valve replacement, and we call it TAVR.
TAVR is state-of-the-art. It wasn't really available worldwide until the early 2000s.
It's a minimally invasive procedure in order to replace the valve.
I'm number 1.
I was number 100. Years ago, they would have to do open heart surgery, and now they don't.
Had I not had it done, I would not be here today. I feel like I'm living on a bonus of blessings.
Golf course has been around since 1957. When we looked at doing the deck outside, we looked at a lot of different options, but everything led back to Pike County Lumber. We looked at quality, price, and service. We wound up going with Tamco, composite decking. Pike County Lumber was great to work with.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Nice cool fall evening here. About 60 degrees at game time. It'll cool off as that sun goes down. We know Auburn will take the ball to start this contest as they won the flip and chose to receive. Pittsfield will be in the red uniforms, black numbers, black pants, red helmets. Auburn is in the visiting white uniforms with the blue numbers and blue pants, blue helmets for the Trojans. About an hour from Pittsfield to Auburn, a little bit farther on a bus, but really not too bad of a trip for these two squads.
Pittsfield left Friday night last week like it was going to be about a 3-hour trip, didn't they, Charlie?
I'd say they got there in plenty of time to prepare for the contest. Do want to thank our friends at Auburn for their hospitality on Friday evening. Always a place you can count on being well taken care of as visiting media and visiting fans. Thanks to Athletic Director Seth McCoy for making sure everything is organized as it always has been.
Yeah, came up after to make sure everything went well even.
Yep, always appreciate the good folks at Auburn. Pittsfield will ready to kick off. Bodie Marable will be the man doing the kicking for this Saki junior varsity squad. And we're awaiting Auburn's return team to take the field. Some of these youngsters for Auburn were just here last Thursday. Good freshman numbers for the program.
Big freshman. Especially the young man running the ball in Chance Chrissy.
Yeah, Chance Chrissy was really impressive. We'll see if he runs some tonight as well from that fullback spot. He was pretty tough in the freshman contest last Thursday. Looks like going back deep for the Trojans, we'll see Noah Hunley Also back there is Luke Jackson. A Hunley name, one that we called quite a bit on Friday night. Noah came in late in the contest, but Carter Hunley was a dynamic player throughout the evening for the Trojans. Marable has it teed up, and we're ready to go in junior varsity football action on Central Illinois Sports. He'll put his boot into this one. A high kick, not extremely deep, going to be taken by Hunley at about the 22-yard line. Breaks a tackle with a 30, and is going to be hit and taken down by the kicker in Marable on a good hard stick there at the 39-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10 at their own 39 with 9 minutes 53 seconds to play in the game's opening quarter. Bodie Marable, a young man that has really improved. He played football for the first time last year. Wrestled, which I think really helped his overall aggressiveness. And he had some success as a first-year wrestler as well for the Sockies. Looking forward to seeing him on the mats again this winter. Auburn will come out with trips to the left-hand side. The quarterback is Peyton Campbell. He looks to the sideline for the play call. Scans the defense here. 14 seconds on the play clock. Is back to pass. Campbell is a lefty. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to throw it downfield. A little bit underthrown here. Hunter Piper was his intended receiver. This will bring up a 2nd down and 10. Actually, probably had an opportunity, John, to take off in his run that time.
He probably would have had the 1st down even, but decided to try and find a little bigger play downfield.
Campbell looks like a young man that has the ability to be rather shifty. Not extremely tall, about 5'8".
Those darn lefty quarterbacks are shifty always, aren't they?
About 145 pounds. He'll line up under center now with the halfback Noah Hunley behind him. Trips bunch to the left-hand side. They'll pitch it out to Hunley. Hunley trying to turn the corner. He'll have a nice gain on the play, up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 7 on this play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Noah Hunley with a good run there. Had good blocks coming out down the field.
Really a pretty good job by the far end for the Sockies that time. Trying to catch a number on that young man. I believe that was Jesse Davidsmeyer. Turned the play back in. The backers were a little delayed in filling. Back to pass is the quarterback Campbell. He hits his intended man in Elijah Scott, and he meets Bodie Marable and Taylor Graham for a loss on the play. Back to the 41-yard line, a loss of 5, and this will bring up a 4th down and 8. Bodie Marable flying around and making some hits already this evening.
Marable, not the when he was the kicker, he wasn't going to probably be the safety valve either, I would guess.
Let's see if the Trojans decide to go for it here on a 4th and about 7.5 or 8 yards. I would assume they will punt. Hunley and Campbell are in the backfield here. And it appears like
I was going to say, Campbell, he does not look like he's deep enough, but
he nearly got blocked, and then the Sockies are going to rough the punter as Moore came in and hit the punter in Campbell, and this is going to result in a 1st down for Auburn. Referee tells us a personal foul, roughing the punter, and Auburn will get the 15 yards in penalty and the 1st down. Moore flew through untouched that time.
He nearly had the block, and then he just finished the hit, and you can't do that on a punter.
Nope. You definitely cannot. So that'll go from the line of scrimmage. Was it about the 41-yard line? So they'll march it down to about the Pittsfield 46. That's where it should be here. Check that. How about the 44 on the bad math? And a 1st and 10 for Auburn via the penalty. Campbell stood in and took the shot there and kind of hopped back up and said, thank you for the free 15. He's in the shotgun once again. 2 receivers split out wide to the left and a single back behind him in the backfield. Takes the snap. Will hand it off. Running back is stood up at the line, this time by Moore. And then a penalty flag flies in late, as the running back was Chance Chrissy. And they're going to call a personal foul against the Sockies here.
Must have said something, because there was nothing but a hard hit and tackle there. Absolutely nothing. Chrissy lost
about 4 yards, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. They mark it off as a spot foul.
It'll be the second
another
first down for Auburn.
To the 32-yard line. Maybe that's another one of those rule changes. I've never noticed a personal foul being a spot foul. Trips left. The quarterback, Campbell, is in the shotgun. Chrissy stands just to his right, about 2 yards deep. Takes the snap, hands it off to Chrissy. Chrissy with some running room on the right side this time. Going to be tripped up, taken down on the play near the 25, a gain of 7 on the play. Weston Leonard in on the stop. Good run by the freshman Chance Chrissy. Chrissy was sizably larger than everybody in the freshman game the other night. He kind of looks like an average-sized guy, and that's the difference between that sophomore and junior and freshman. But he still ran the ball well there, did the young man, and has given his team a chance for a 2nd down and 3 yards to go here. From the Pittsfield 25-yard line. Quarterback Campbell in the shotgun. Puts a man in motion in Hunley. Going to hand it off to Hunley, trying to run the end around. Gets the corner here and is dragged down from behind by Moore. Shy of the sticks. Give him a gain of 2 on the play to the 23, and this will result in a 3rd down and a yard to go.
Charlie, that's about as positive as we've seen the jet sweep for most of the year. 2 yards.
It takes a lot of things to go right for that play to really work at this level.
You have to block for a really long time and not hold.
Yep. 7:14 and counting in the game's opening quarter. Like Hunley might have got an early start in the backfield. Not going to call, but Campbell, the quarterback, is nearly going to streak away for a touchdown there as he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 18 yards on the play and a 1st and goal now for Auburn. Pittsfield's defense kind of caught flat-footed that time, and Campbell went right through the middle of the defense, and it's a 1st and goal from the 5. Campbell will set up under center with Chrissy at the fullback position. Hands it off to the fullback. Tries to make a cut and a whistle and a penalty here.
I was going to say
false
that
start.
False start, yeah.
So that'll move it back 5 yards to the 10. It'll be a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
First penalty of the night against Auburn. Pittsfield has been called for 2 personal fouls for 30 yards.
So the Trojans move back a little bit here, but they've picked up fairly large chunks of yards a couple of times already. 2 receivers bunched tight to both sides. They will fake the handoff. Campbell goes back to pass. Rolling out to his right, has to throw across his body to the back of the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Looks like this time he connects with Hunter Piper for the touchdown, and Auburn takes the early 6-0 lead. 6:44 to play in the first.
How far out was he there, Charlie?
10 yards.
Thank you.
Nice job by the left-handed quarterback moving to his right. Not an easy thing to do. And through a strike to Piper, who was in the back of the end zone. Now here comes the kicker on for the extra point attempt here. This will be, trying to get a number. Auburn appears to be a player short on the extra point. They'll get that lineman back in. And we'll have to take a timeout. The kicker is going to be, I have it listed as number 5. I don't have a 5. I know it's not Clayton DiNardo. That's 5 on the varsity.
It's definitely not him.
I do not have a 5 listed for Auburn's junior varsity squad. As it is, they'll take a timeout to avoid the delay of game, and we'll be back with you after this.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Auburn had to burn the timeout due to being a player short on the extra point attempt here. They lead 6-0. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is wide left and no good. 6:44 to play in the first. It is Auburn 6, Pittsfield nothing.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
We will pay the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now.
It is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring.
So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
6:44 to play in the first. Auburn on top, 6-0 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Had a nice connection on a first and goal from the 10-yard line, as you'll see on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay here. The quarterback Campbell rolling out across his body and finds Piper wide open in the back of the end zone, got behind the defense for the score. Thanks to Sheila Davidsmeyer and Northwestern Mutual for being our replay sponsor. You'll find them in Pittsfield, where all of your financial assistance. Auburn will bring the kickoff team onto the field now, leading 6-0.
I was going to say, Pittsfield needs to move their line up 5 yards here.
Yeah.
Guys, you don't need to be on the 40. You need to be on the 50.
They're back at the
45 for some reason. Don't know why.
I almost wonder if they feel like there was a penalty on the extra point. They need to move up.
Yeah, 5 whole yards, because right now I'd kick the ball and try to see if I could get it to sit right about that 50 and go get it.
I mean, the ball is being kicked off from the same spot. That didn't make a ton of sense, but it's going to be kicked out of bounds anyway at about the 32. So that'll be a penalty on the Trojans. It was out of bounds.
Should get the ball on the 42 then, right? It's a 10-yard penalty from where it went out or the 35.
Still explain to me why they had their men lined up at the 45.
No idea. Oh, well, they're going to get it on the 35. What do I know?
And that's where the Sockies start first and 10 with 6:44 to play in the first. Cook is the quarterback. A pair of receivers wide to either side. Running back is Otker standing to his left in the shotgun. Cook takes the snap. He will hand it off to Otker running right. Not much there this time. Gains about a yard on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. Jake Otker is a sophomore for the Sockies. Ran to the 36-yard line here. 5'8", 160 pounds is Otker. 2nd and 9 here. Just over 6 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the first.
Another wrestler that saw a lot of varsity action last year as a freshman.
So did Cook. Cook, of course, a sophomore year. Otker going to try to get outside. Has some running room. Good blocking out in front. Breaks the tackle. 50, 45, 40. Trying to run away at the 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. And he'll go for the score. Jake Otker just kept running away from them that time. And he takes it all the way from the Socky 36 to Pater. A 64-yard touchdown run. And Pittsfield has tied the game up just like that. Wow.
And how many yards was that one, Charlie?
64 yards. 64 yards, excuse me. 64 yards. And, John, it looked like he was going to be caught a couple of times, and he just had a little extra boost that time and ran away from people. Good blocking on the outside by the receivers for Pittsfield. And here comes Cook on now with Moore as the running back as Otker gets a breather. Trying to take the lead is Pittsfield on the 2-point conversion. 2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Cook in the shotgun once again. He is back to pass. Looking to his right, and this ball is tipped, but caught by Taylor Graham. And the 2-point try is good to make the score 8-6 Pittsfield. So Jake Otker says he's got reservations for 6 as he takes this one and just kept running by the defenders all the way to the end zone. Pittsfield on top. 8-6, 6:04 to play in the first.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
6:04 to play in the first. 8-6 is the Pittsfield lead on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. PCRErealestate.com to see the most recent listings throughout the area. West Central Illinois, Northeastern Missouri. Hunting ground, farm ground, residential property. They do it all. PCRErealestate.com. Marable has this one teed up, ready to kick it off. He'll kick it deep. Hundley going to take it again at about the 17-yard line. Has it up at 25, gives a seam outside now, and is going to be taken out of bounds by Thomas Henry up close to the 40-yard line. In fact, they'll mark him right at the 40, and that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10 with 5:59 to play in the game's opening quarter.
He showed good arm strength there by kind of catching him around the hips and said, I'm just going to hang on until others come, and he ran out of bounds instead.
Illini Express is here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointments necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. 8-6, Pittsfield took the lead very quickly, just 2 plays on their drive.
40 seconds.
Auburn, a little more of a methodical approach, took about 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Difference in this game right now is the extra point. Campbell in the shotgun. He puts Hundley in motion, going to fake to him, going to have the quarterback keeper now, patient, looking for running room, breaks a tackle, and then is tripped up by the ankle up near the 44-yard line, a gain of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6 here.
Campbell with 22 yards on a couple of carries now.
Pretty patient runner, and he's got that little extra burst. He knows when to turn it on. We saw that on the big run a little bit ago when he took it all the way down to the 5 on an 18-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6 from their own 44 for the Trojans. Campbell, he is back to pass. The left-hander is now flushed out of the pocket. Marable trying to chase him down from behind, and he will. Bodie Marable with the big-time sack from the backside this time. Tackles him back near the 39-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. This will result in a 3rd and 11. Marable just relentless in his pursuit that time. Had a long way to go. He was, I think, unblocked. Let's see. He'll come from the opposite side on the lower part of your screen here. Yep, nobody blocked him, and he chased down Campbell, who's rather quick, as is Bodie Marable. Nice play by the sophomore outside linebacker.
Yeah, the running back kind of went to block down that time, it looked like, on the replay, and just completely missed Marable. Probably needed to pick him up.
Trips right. Campbell is back to pass. Stands tall in the pocket, throws down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Clayton Kessler. Had a shot at it there, but the pass was a little behind him, and this will bring up a 4th down and 11. So on 4th and 11, the Trojans will set up to punt. Last time they did this, Pittsfield roughed the punter, and the Trojans got a 1st down out of it. Let's see what happens here. Campbell is also the punter. Quick 3 and out for Auburn. Less than a minute and 20 seconds. Campbell tries to draw them off sides with the hard count. Now he takes a snap and puts his left foot into this one. End-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Graham here. Graham across the 40, spun around near the 42, and that's where he'll be taken down. And that's where Pittsfield will start 1st and 10 at their own 41, in fact, with 4 minutes, 29 seconds to play here in the first. So Pittsfield's offense back on the field, and you'll see Moore set up as the running back. They basically do this quite a bit of the time at the junior varsity level, switch out different running backs each series. Moore and Otker, similar runners. I say Otker's got a little extra speed on Moore, but Moore's got a little more power.
A little more size for sure,
at this point. 2 receivers wide to either side. They'll put a man in motion, and Graham, they'll hand it to him on the jet sweep. Graham looks to get outside and is going to be tripped up and taken down near the 44-yard line. A positive yardage of 3 yards. Congratulations to Taylor Graham.
He's now leading the pot.
On that 3-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first. 10-minute quarters here in JV football action. Just a tad shorter than the varsity game. Cook in the shotgun once again. Calls for the snap. He fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, looking for running room around the right-hand side. Breaks a tackle, still on its feet, trying to get outside. 1st down and more. Powers through the would-be tackler down to the Auburn 40-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards on the play, and that'll be a Pittsfield 1st and 10.
Saki's 2nd 1st down of the night. Power running by the quarterback that time.
That Cook is a fairly good size lad and runs hard. Has good speed, too. We've seen him sparingly at the quarterback spot in the varsity. in the last couple of weeks, a couple different packages, mostly running, and has been fairly successful at it. Trips left. This time he's back to pass, looking for Ferguson, who had to go down to his knees to catch it. And
he's going
to lose to the 44-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. At the high school level, if you have to go down to a knee, it's almost as good just to kind of bat it out of the air straight down to the ground, because you can't catch it and get back up like they do in the NFL.
You don't want to pop it up either, but
no. And it would have been a live ball, as it was parallel to the line that time, so it had to do something with it, but just could not stay on his feet. 2 receivers wide to either side. Otker is checked back in at the running back spot. Cook in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He hands it off to Jake Otker. Makes one man miss on the right side. Gets a good block on the outside from Graham. Otker is wrestled down near the 35-yard line. A 9-yard pickup. That'll make it a 3rd and 4. 3rd and manageable for Pittsfield here. Good block on that right side by, I think that was Taylor Graham.
Otker is 73 yards on 3 carries now. Charlie, is Graham 25 on the JV side? Okay. I couldn't remember. I knew he was not correct on the roster, but I couldn't remember what number he was.
He's sporting the pink socks tonight. That's why it's easy to find him.
Aha.
3rd down and 4 yards to go from the Auburn 35. 4 down territory for Pittsfield. They'll put Graham in motion from right to left, and the wide receiver on the right side gets an early start, and that will be a 5-yard penalty on the Sockies.
Going to move them back 5. Be 35 yards in penalties now for Pittsfield on 3 called penalties. That young man was very sure that he was right, though, because he ran straight out as hard as he could.
Well, I'll tell you,
I mean, if you're going to get a penalty like that, that's the way to do it.
It was Preston McCoy. Preston's a kid who's, probably improved as much as anybody on the roster. What I liked is he got the penalty, and he said, I messed up, and sprinted across the field. Was not hanging his head, showing the coach he's ready to go the next time they need him. And, not an intentional mistake by any stretch, right? 2 receivers wide to either side, and a 3rd and 9 now from the 40. Cook is back to pass. Looking to his left, he had the man open there, in and out of the hands of Hayden Gratton. Gratton unable to bring it in, and this brings up a 4th and 9, stops the clock with exactly 2 minutes to play in this first quarter.
Have to think you're in 4 down territory here, probably.
I don't know, I'd punt it.
I don't disagree with you. You and I are relatively conservative as far as things like this go, though. So.
Well, especially in a junior varsity contest, if you punt this one deep, nothing against Auburn's offense, but that's a long way to have to try to drive the football here.
True.
Pittsfield will go for it, though, on a 4th and 9 from the 40. Back to pass is the quarterback, Cook, trying to set up the screen to Otker. Has some blockers out in front, runs right by him, has the ball at the 20-yard line, 15. He'll have the 1st down and more. Inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line, a pickup of 27 yards on the catch and go by Jake Otker, and he has his 2nd big play of the night for the Sockies. First and 10 from the 13. Otker gets a breather as Morris checked in at the running back spot. 2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left-hand side as well. The quarterback, Cook, in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Moore. Little stutter step in the backfield. Scampers his way to the 11-yard line. A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 8. Let's take a look at that last 4th down play, though, by the Sockies on that screen. Look at Otker. He just breaks away from everybody, and a lot of guys chasing him there. He just is sort of elusively quick, or deceptively quick, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Elusively quick, too.
Deceivingly?
Deceivingly?
He's quicker than he looks. Let's
there
put
you
it that
go.
way.
Almost drew the Auburn defense offside.
10 seconds on the play clock as Cook gets the play call from the sideline. Puts Moore to his left. Man in motion right to left. Takes the snap. And it snapped it actually directly to Graham that time. And that's a touchdown. Wow. I'm not sure if they meant to do it or not.
I'm not sure how Graham ever caught that ball.
Well, I think they snapped it directly to him, and by the looks on the sideline, I'm not sure that was necessarily what was supposed to happen, but as it is, it's a touchdown for Pittsfield to make it 14-6.
Is that an 8-yard touchdown, Charlie?
It was an 11-yard touchdown. And with 49 seconds to play in the first. That ball was snapped directly to Graham.
Again, I'm not sure how he even caught the ball because it would have been to his side, but.
Well, if it's going to hit you, you might as well take it, right? Here's
Yeah.
Cook back to pass on the 2-point try. Looking for the corner and nobody at home this time, so the 2-point conversion fails. But with 49 seconds to play in the first, the Pittsfield Sockies take a 14-6 lead on the, snap and go to Graham. He scampers in from 11 yards out and gives Pittsfield the 8-point lead.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
49 seconds to play in the first period. 14-6 is the lead for Pittsfield on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. PCRE Real Estate and Auction, your number one resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois and Northeastern Missouri. If you're looking to buy, sell, or auction farmland, recreational hunting land, or residential or commercial property, you have come to the right place. Learn more at PCRERealestate.com or call 217-285-5800. Pittsfield has answered Auburn's opening touchdown with two of their own and have taken a 14-6 lead on the PCRE scoreboard. And on the kickoff is Bodie Marable, the sophomore. Puts his foot into this one, headed toward the opposite side this time, and Luke Jackson, he'll pick it up off the ground, 25-30-yard line. Jackson is going to be taken down there by Jonas Anderson on the tackle at the 35, and that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10 with 44 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Big play on the last drive that Auburn had the ball by Pittsfield's defense came from Marable on the quarterback sack. Auburn really never able to recover from the longer distance to go, and they're looking for a little more of a sustained drive this time around.
That time from the that sack from the kicker and Bodine Marable also.
Yep.
He wasn't the kicker at that point, but.
Trips right, a single receiver to the left as Campbell is in the shotgun. Hunley is the running back, standing just to his right, about 2 yards deeper. Campbell takes the snap. He's going to run a little swing pass out to Hunley. There's Marable once again, just wreaking havoc. He's doing his best Grant Dobson impersonation tonight. Tackles him down near the 29-yard line, a loss of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 16.
That time it was to who, Charlie?
That was to Hunley out of the backfield.
Thank you.
Lost 6 on the play. You saw that wrestling really pay off for Marable right there. He got a hold of him and would not let go. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. So after one, it's Pittsfield 14, Auburn 6. Junior varsity action continues next on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
This is Colt Mixer from Mixer Lumber Company in Clayton, Illinois. We have been selling grain bins for over 40 years. Our company provides years of experience, service, and quality products you can count on. GSI Grain Bins are a trusted company and are now offering their winter discounts. This is the time of year to order your new GSI grain bin. Mixer Lumber Company, where we treat people the way you want to be treated. Give us a call at 217-894-6412.
Back to live action as Chance Chrissy gets the pitch on the second down and long play. Takes the ball near the 33-yard line, a gain of 4, and this will bring up a 3rd down and 12.
Chrissy with 7 yards on 3 carries now.
Just underway in the second quarter. Auburn with a 3rd and 12 from their own 33-yard line. The quarterback Campbell is in the shotgun. Peyton Campbell back to pass, rolling out to his right. The left-hander throws across his body, throws a nice ball, but just out of the reach of Coy Grossner, incomplete. And they'll bring up a 4th down and 12. Are you kind of surprised they don't roll him out to the left more? I know that was the short side of the field, but he's rolled across his body a couple of times tonight.
I was thinking the same thing. Boy, he always throws across his body right now, and I don't know if that's more what he's comfortable with or what, but it seems like it would be more natural to roll the other way as a lefty.
Pretty good ball, even rolling against the grain that time. But it was a little low. Graham is back deep to receive the punt. Stands at about his own 34-yard line.
So Auburn kind of does the, let's see if we can draw you off sides first, and then drops back a little.
Campbell will kick it away, a little quick kick. End over end, not extremely deep. Graham will come and pick it up on the bounce. He looks to get outside, 45-yard line, 50, and is wrestled down from behind. And taken down right at the Auburn 47-yard line, and that's where Pittsfield will start 1st and 10 with pretty good field position after the return from Taylor Graham. Graham probably does as well at returning punts as anybody in the Pittsfield program. Biggest thing he does is catches the ball in the air. That time it bounced, I know, but
he still kept it right in front of him, though.
Didn't have a lot of option on it, though. That ball was going to bounce kind of regardless. A little line drive punt. Trips right, single receiver to the left-hand side. Cook is in the shotgun. Looks like that's Otker standing to his right. Cook takes the snap. Is back to pass. Look for Preston McCoy, and it goes in and out of his hands. Or Dominic Cooper, excuse me, in and out of his hands. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Ball was a little high. If Cooper was 6'6", then he might have been able to catch that. But unfortunately, he's 6'1".
It was hot, too. 2nd and 10. Clock stops with the incompletion. 9:11 to play in the half. Sakis will move Grattan to the left side of the formation now. As Cook again in the shotgun. Takes the snap, going to pitch it outside to Otker. Otker cuts it back inside. Minimal gain on the play to the 45-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. If Otker would have stayed outside that time, he might have had
He had blocking out there for sure and a little more open field.
I thought Graham had sealed the guy there and Otker kind of cut it inside. 3rd and 8.
Often all about what you see on the field.
You don't have a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah.
They'll put Graham in motion now and draw Auburn off sides. So that will make it 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 8. A little more of a manageable situation for Pittsfield.
Second penalty against Auburn for 10 yards now.
That will put the ball near the 40-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 3.
Gives you a lot more options of things to run.
Moore has checked in at the quarterback, or the running back position, excuse me. He stands to Cook's right. They'll fake the handoff. Cook keeps it himself, has the 1st down. Still fighting for yardage and gets down to the 32-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards on the play, and another 1st and 10.
Cook 24 yards on a couple of carries now. Cook is kind of the type of quarterback that you're often looking for in this spread because he's the dual option type quarterback.
He's still got some work to do on the passing side, but he is a very good runner at this point. He doesn't throw a bad ball. It's just trying to get that timing down. Just hasn't done it much. Did not play a single snap at quarterback last year. Now they'll get the ball to Moore, trying to get outside, and he runs out of bounds. Taken out inside the 30, near the 26-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Moore's run the ball a couple of times for 8 yards now. Sakis have done a good job of kind of spreading that out. Everybody's run the ball 2 to 4 times.
Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. 8:05 to play in the first half. 2nd down and 4. Cook barks out the signals. He's back to pass. Looking to his right. Now comes back across the middle of the field. Jump ball here, and it's caught by Graham, and that's going to go for a touchdown. Cook took a little bit of a chance that time, but it pays off as Graham runs underneath of it on a 26-yard touchdown pass with 7:59 to play in the second quarter. Makes it 20-6 Pittsfield as Cook with the touchdown pass. And this will be Cook on for the 2-point try. They'll have both Moore and Odker now in the backfield and an eye. Cook is under center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the first back. That's Moore, and he bowls his way in for the touchdown. That makes it 22-6 Pittsfield. 7 minutes, 59 seconds to play in the first. Cook lofted it up. There were several defenders there. Graham kind of just snatched it out of the air at the last minute and went for the touchdown. Pittsfield leads Auburn 22-6.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Pittsfield ready to kick off here, leading 22-6, 22 unanswered points. Marable kicks this one high, not extremely deep. It's going to be taken off of a bounce by Luke Jackson. Jackson gets to the middle of the field. Now the ball comes out, and it's still loose. A dog pile for it, and let's see who comes up with it here. Pittsfield does. Pittsfield comes up with a fumble recovery as out of the bottom of the pile for the Sockies that time was Weston Leonard, it looked like. So Jackson had the return, but it looks like he got hit from behind. Let's wait and see on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Has to kind of take the ball off of a bounce, which I'm sure he was still trying to get it tucked away. Had a little seam, got hit, and the Sockies recover out of the scramble there and have it right back, 1st and 10 from the Trojans' 43. 7 minutes, 54 seconds to play in the half. Cook is in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Has some pressure, lobs it up for Otker. Otker has the catch, puts his foot in the ground, changes direction, runs away from him, and is hit out of bounds. Took a big shot there, but is up quickly down near the 20-yard line. A pickup of 23 yards and a Socky first down.
It's the 7th first down of the night for Pittsfield. Cook with 73 yards passing, 50 of those to Otker now.
1st and 10 from the Auburn 20 now for the Sockies. Cook in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Sockies pick it up. Now Moore breaks a couple tackles. Penalty flag flies. It's going to be a face mask. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but this is going to be a face mask penalty here. Let's see if it's a 5-yard or a 10-yard.
15-yard?
Or a 15-yard, yeah. 5-yard or plus 10 as I was trying to say.
There you go. 5-yard or that's a personal foul face mask.
So the ball is at the 30, so this will be half the distance to the goal, which will be 15 yards anyway, right?
Looks like it.
So that'll move the ball to the 15-yard line, result in a first down, and be a first and should be still 10 to go, shouldn't it?
Yeah, looks like 1st and 10 from the 11. The Chains have to move.
Chains got to
move, guys, move.
Yep. Ball is at the
The ball is not across the 10. You have to move.
Yep. That's at the 11. Still having a little confusion here. All right. They're not going to get him set, but it'll be okay. And a penalty flag flies. I think Pittsfield moved early.
There was a lot of motion going on, a lot of confusion there.
See where...
Everybody's pointing at everybody. I think it'll go against Pittsfield. They're talking an awful long time about it, though. They're going to say, hey, he moved, everybody moved.
False start against the Sakis. They're still calling this second down, by the way, John. Well, I don't know how it could be second down on the box either way. It would still have to be first down.
Well, does that mean the 15-yard penalty didn't get them
well, it was
to
half the
first
distance
down?
from the 20. So this is a 1st and 6. Ball is near the 20-yard line. And they'll put a man in motion. Hand off to the motion man. This is Hayden Gratton on the run. Gratton cuts back to the middle of the field, nearly has a touchdown. He's down to the 1.
Got 14 of the 15.
Yep. They'll put it right at the 1-yard line. This will be 1st and goal from the 1. So Gratton with the big run there.
He now leads the pool, Charlie. He got 14 yards.
He has the longest jet sweep of the year.
He had to cut back to the middle of the field to get it, but he had time to cut back to the middle of the field. So
1st and goal from the 1. Cook will set up under center. Let's see if they don't just go with a quarterback keeper here. Nobody lined up directly over the ball. Cook will just keep it himself, and he'll go in for a fairly easy touchdown. That is 28 in a row for Pittsfield after trailing 6-0 just minutes into this game. They have scored in a hurry here and now lead 28-6 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. They'll go for 2. As they have each time so far tonight.
Kind of surprised they haven't allowed Cook to try to get some more game time practice in kicking those extra points.
I formation.
Kind of been about 50-50 on the varsity side.
Cook is going to throw a little pass over the top, and hits Cameron Smith for the 2-point try. So Smith with the 2-point grab. He stands about 6'4", and that makes it a 30-6 lead for Pittsfield over Auburn. Back with you after this.
The Farm Stand, located at 405 East Park Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is the place to go when you're looking for a fresh, homemade meal. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Farm Stand has a full breakfast and lunch menu. Enjoy breakfast favorites such as biscuits and gravy, pancakes, French toast, and the loaded breakfast burrito. For lunch, check out the great selection of sandwiches, salads, paninis, and more. You'll never leave hungry when you visit the Farm Stand in Camp Point.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
7:17 to play in the half. It is 30-6 Pittsfield in this junior varsity contest. Bodie Marable ready to kick it off once again. Hunley and Jackson back deep. They'll kick it this time towards Hunter Piper. Piper is going to be breaking a tackle. He's still on his feet. Gets across the 25-yard line and is finally taken out of bounds near the 20. Check that, that's the 38-yard line. Numbers aren't really painted on the field very well tonight. Caught the 37, and that's where Auburn starts 1st and 10 at their own 37 with 7 minutes, 9 seconds to play in this first half.
Yeah, the numbers have definitely not been refreshed since the field was mowed, have they?
Kind of hard to see. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, trying to get some of that momentum back that they had on their first drive of the game. A little confusion now as Crissell was in the game, as was Hunley, or Chrissy, excuse me.
Did they break the huddle with too
many?
many?
They never huddle.
Oh, okay.
Hand the ball off to Hunley. He's got a nice run right up the middle here. He'll be taken down across the 45 near the 40 6-yard line, a gain of 9 on the play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 1.
Only doubled his rushing total for the night. He's got 18 yards on 3 carries now.
He's not a great big guy yet, is Noah Hundley. He's a junior. This time he has the first down, but took a pretty good shot, and there's a penalty flag that flies in now.
Where that was in almost has to be a face mask.
I would think, yeah. Referee will tell us it is a face mask.
Yeah. He was the one calling it, too, so.
5-yard penalty, he says. So give them a gain up to the 50-yard line, a 4-yard gain, and then they'll get the 5 yards on the penalty. So this will move it to the 45, and we have 1st and 10 for this Trojan squad.
Sockies with 45 yards and penalties on 5 called penalties now.
1st and 10 from the Pittsfield 45 for the Trojans. Trips left at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver wide to the right-hand side to put a man in motion. Here's Campbell back to pass. Looking to his right. He hits his intended receiver here. That's Clayton Kessler. Kessler is tackled almost immediately right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Check that, 5 yards on the play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Kessler's first catch of the night for those 5 yards.
He was the man that went in motion from the slot and just kept going all the way across the field. Trips left. Single receiver wide to the right as Campbell is now deep in the shotgun. Chrissy is the running back standing to his right, who had a little trouble getting set that time. Campbell now going to launch it deep down the field, and it is broken up right at the last minute on a nice play by Jake Otker. That ball was a good breakup by Otker, as the intended man was Coy Grossner. And that'll result in a 3rd and 5. Campbell had a good ball that time. Otker just with the better defense. We'll see that on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Little pump fake, tried to get the defender to buy. Otker ran right with him and then gets this pass breakup right at the last second. About as well as you'll see it played at this level. Campbell now under center. He is going to hand it off to Chrissy. Chrissy looking for running room, and he is going to be taken down quickly here. Gets a gain of a yard on the play to the 39. That'll be a 4th and 4.
Chrissy looked a little hesitant running that time. Looked like he was going to try to pick a spot, and his hole wasn't really very open there, and just never could find anything.
Like Clayton Reinhardt was in on the stop for the Sockies that time. And that right defensive end.
Reinhardt, a big junior.
4th down and 4. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Campbell is in the empty backfield. He is back to pass. Looking to his left, throws. It is caught by his man there, who is hit by Otker quickly. To the 31-yard line, that's Coy Grossner, a pickup on the play of 8 yards and a 1st down. Good ball that time from Campbell. And nice job by the receiver in Grossner. He took a big shot that time, but held on.
Yeah, that was what the groans were, was his big shot.
Campbell now is flushed out of the pocket. Pump fakes, and now he's going to try to turn the corner and run. Has some running room there, and then is ducked out of bounds. That'll be a penalty flag now coming from the backside.
Sure felt to me like he got hit right at the line, but
the referee right next to it didn't call it. The trailing official did, though, so we'll trust his eyesight as he was closer than us. To the 25-yard line goes the quarterback in Campbell, a gain of 6, and then this will be a half the distance to the goal on a personal foul, late hit out of bounds. And now Pittsfield wants to call a timeout, and we will pause as well. 5:01 to play in the half. It's Pittsfield 30, Auburn 6.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the largest selection of gun safes in the tri-state area. That's right, everything from the vaults, vault doors, and safe accessories. Only the quality brands like Fort Knox, American Security, Browning, and Liberty. Come in and check out the displays or go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection online as well.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
5:01 to play in the half. 30-6 is the Pittsfield lead. Auburn has the ball following the penalty. 1st and 10 from the Pittsfield 12.
7th first down of the night for Auburn there.
Campbell puts a man in motion, going to hand it off to the motion, and that's Hunley looking for the corner, and he's caught and drugged down there by Davidsmeyer. Going to take him down back near the 17-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 15.
Davidsmeyer did a good job staying with the man, chased him down from behind.
Davidsmeyer has been seeing a lot of action on the varsity as the running back. We've not seen him play any defense to speak of. And so that's why he's getting these reps on the defensive side here at the junior varsity level.
Definitely an athlete is Davidsmeyer.
Auburn running some different personnel in now. Trips right. Humley is the running back. They'll put him in motion to the left. Has some pressure right up the gut. Has to throw it on the run. Nice play. On a good catch there by Clayton Kessler. Kessler near the 10-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 8. Campbell had a lot of pressure. Kessler had a lot of traffic. Both of those guys did a good job to complete that play for the Trojans.
He was so shifty throwing the ball that time, I didn't see him do it. I was trying to film him getting sacked there, and the ball was gone.
Little sidearm a la Mahomes look that time.
Sling it.
Trips right. Single receiver to the left. Campbell is explaining the play in the backfield, or Humley is explaining it to him. Either way, they're having a discussion about what's going on here. Back to pass goes Campbell. He now is going to tuck it and try to run. Breaks the tackle. Ball comes out. And that's the only thing that kept him from a touchdown that time was the fumble. Gets down to the 6-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And this will bring up a 4th and 4 from the 6. And now we have a whistle and a timeout taken by the Auburn Trojans. They want to make sure they have the play they want set up here on this 4th and 4 from the Pittsfield 6. 3:17 to play in the half. Back with you after this.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
If you have that drive and you want to do more with Dot, then there's opportunity there for you to do that. It's not the typical job that you would expect it to be. Like, it's just super fulfilling. When my life needed opportunity, I chose Dot.
3 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the half. Auburn with the ball, 4th and 4 from the Pittsfield 6. Two receivers to either side. They're bunched in very tightly here, though, for the Trojans. As Campbell is going to set up under center. Tries to draw the Sakis off sides. Unsuccessful at that. Now looks to the sideline. Now back under center again here. Takes the snap. He is back to pass. Rolling out to his right. Going to try to have the pass. Penalty flag flies from the backside, and then one right at the end of the play. I think you're going to see an illegal man downfield here from this side.
The ball was caught by Kessler in the end zone.
And then a penalty flag right at the end, and the referees will tell us ineligible man downfield against the Trojans.
And are they both
I believe that is the call on both sides.
Yeah. Is that a 10-yard penalty, Charlie?
Let's see. I don't know, John. They've changed so many rules.
I know.
Where they mark this thing off at. They're going to go back to the
line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's where it feels like it should go from, not from where the man was downfield. It's got to be from the line of scrimmage.
Yep. The line of scrimmage was the 6.
Yeah. So why did we mark it off from the 3?
It didn't.
Oh.
Ball's at the 11-yard line. It's a 5-yard penalty. And it's 4th and 9. Can still pick up a first down, Kent Auburn, without picking up the touchdown here. That could be big. Trips right. Campbell is back to pass. Looking, jump ball, throws it up, and it is incomplete. Weston Leonard in on the pass breakup there for the Sockies, and it'll be a turnover on downs for Auburn. A drive that started at their own 37, 07:09 to play in the quarter, marches all the way down to the Pittsfield 6 before a penalty draws them back to the 11, and that is where the drive stalls out for this Trojan squad.
Pittsfield takes over on the 11.
That would be where they have it with 3:07 to play in the half, leading 30-6. An eligible man downfield, you see that a lot on those run-pass options. It's a tough one for the linemen because they really don't know whether you're running or passing, so it's really about the timing of when that ball gets out, more so than they know where exactly everything is at. Ball will be handed off to the first back through. It's Moore this time. Not much there. Gains a yard to the 12. He had to bring up a 2nd down and 9. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. I want to remind you about Real Met and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Fountains and finches, either way you put it. They've got concrete stuff. It's good stuff. You should buy it. Real
Do you
Met and
think
Twine.
they have finches?
Yeah, they might. They used to have small animals. Not anymore, though. Don't ask them for the finches. Cook is going to hand it off to the deep back in Otker, and again, not much there. Then he fumbles it away, and it looks like Auburn has recovered. No, the referee is going to say he was down before the ball came out.
So give him, what about 2 there?
No, he's up at 12. That's no gain, no loss.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it is 3rd down and 9.
The man I was looking at had moved up to the 15, so.
3rd down and 9 yards to go. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right-hand side. Cook went to get the play call from the sideline here. Still 10 seconds on the play clock. He's in the shotgun. Takes the snap and is back to pass. Has some time. Throws it deep downfield looking for Graham. He's got it right near the sideline and makes the catch. Well-placed ball, well-received ball. Graham out to the 39. A gain of 27 yards on the play and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield. Cook kind of threw it to a spot that time, and Graham went and got it for the big 1st down conversion for the Sockies, as you'll see on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay.
11th 1st down now for Pittsfield.
Graham does a nice job of playing the ball when it's in the air. And nice job by Cook to keep that one in bounds to give him a chance at it. The Sockies put a man in motion. They'll fake the handoff, and Cook that time pulled it and gets punished for it. Big tackle here by somebody wearing the number 24 that we don't have. There's no 24 listed on the JV roster. Back to the 33 is where he loses a 6-yard loss. He's 2nd down and 16 yards to go with 1 minute and 23 seconds and counting in this first half. Pittsfield also gets the ball to start the second half. The only 24 on the Auburn roster is a senior in Javon Richmond. And I can't imagine they have a senior playing in the junior varsity game, so unfortunately we don't have that young man's name, but he made a nice play. Wearing the number 24. If you know him, let us know. Here's Cook, going to launch it downfield. That's going to be picked off. Picked off back here by the Trojans and Hunter Piper. Piper is going to be tackled by Ocker near the 36-yard line, but the first takeaway of the night for Auburn on the interception. Cook that time was just kind of lobbed up for grabs, and Piper was playing center field and went back and grabbed it there for the interception. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans with 56.3 seconds to play in the half, and they'll be in Pittsfield territory near the 36-yard line. 1 timeout left for Auburn.
Best field position of the evening for Auburn now. Just 56.3 seconds to go. 1 timeout left, I believe, for Auburn.
Yep, feel like I just said that. Trips left.
Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't.
Bunch tight. Here's Campbell back to pass. Has some time. Now he runs to his right. Throws downfield. Hits his receiver in Elijah Scott. Scott near the 31-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 5. Sockies trying to do some switching out, and they won't get that done in time. They'll have to call a timeout as Auburn was up to the line and ready to go. 32 seconds to play in the half. It's Pittsfield 30, Auburn 6. Back with you after this.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Both teams now with just one timeout remaining in the half. 32.1 seconds to play. Pittsfield was trying to change out some personnel. Auburn was going in the hurry up, and so Pittsfield called the timeout. Auburn with its 2nd and 5 from the Saki 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. A single man to the right-hand side, and also a tight end just off the line of scrimmage here on the left. They will send Campbell back to pass. Gets a good block. Now he's got a man chasing him from behind. He doesn't know it, and he's sacked. Sacked this time by Cameron Smith, who chases him down from behind. The 6'3 junior takes him down back near the 43-yard line. That is a loss of the play of 12 yards, and it brings up a 3rd down and 17. And I don't know that Auburn will get a playoff here. They're set up and will burn their final timeout with 6 seconds to play, 6.3 to play in the half. Let's look at that sack again by Smith on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay. He comes from that far end and does a nice job to stay after him. A great big young man, John, at about 6'3", but he can move.
He certainly can, and obviously he was moving silently there as Mr. Campbell had no idea he was coming behind him, and it's got to be one of the worst feelings for a quarterback, all of a sudden where you get tackled from behind by a guy you don't even know is there.
Do want to remind you about Pike County Concrete. If you need concrete for your next job or project, call Pike County Concrete. They have locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville to best serve you, 217-285-5548. Smith, again, another one of those kids. He plays some on the varsity side, especially when the Sakis are in that double tight end set, but only on the offensive side, so getting some reps on the defensive side and showing that he wants some more playing time. He's on the defensive line along with Reinhardt, and the other lineman there is Lucas Edwards, a 5'10 sophomore. 3rd and 17 here for the Trojans from the Saki 43. They have 4 receivers to the right-hand side.
All in a bunch.
And back to passes Campbell. Now he's running around. Way back there, all the way back deep in Saki territory. Pittsfield trying to run him down. He'll heave it downfield. That'll be incomplete. And there are no flags on the field, and that's the way the first half will come to an end. So after Auburn led 6-0 in the first quarter, Pittsfield puts up 30 unanswered points. And as we head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show, it's Pittsfield 30, Auburn 6.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that, it looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Dot.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Junior varsity action for you this evening on Central Illinois Sports, and it's a 30-6 lead for the Pittsfield Sockies on top of the Auburn Trojans here at the halftime break. Auburn actually scored first in this contest at the 6:44 mark of the first quarter. A pass from Campbell to Piper from 10 yards out. The kick after was no good, and the Trojans led 6-0. But some 40 seconds later, Jake Otker ran at 64 yards for the Sockies. Graham caught the two-point conversion, and Pittsfield, just like that, had an 8-6 lead. And then they really turned it on with 49 seconds to play in the first. Graham, an 11-yard run. The two-point conversion was no good to make it 14-6. Then with 7:59 to play in the half, Cook to Graham on a 26-yard pass. The run by Moore after was good to make it 22-6. And then with 7:17 left in the half, Cook had a 1-yard run. The two-point conversion was good. Cook to Smith to make it 30-6 here at the halftime break. It is the 30-6 lead for the Sockies. John will have a look at the rest of your halftime stats on the Little Jess Motors halftime show after this.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930. One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish. making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show, 30-6, the Pittsfield lead on top of Auburn here at the halftime break, and John's got to look at halftime stats.
First for the Auburn Trojans, they finished the first half with 7 first downs. They were led in rushing by 17 yards from Noah Hunley on 5 carries, 15 yards on 6 carries by quarterback Peyton Campbell, and 8 yards on 4 carries for Chance Chrissy, the freshman, in the first half to total out to 40 rushing yards. Their quarterback Peyton Campbell is 7 of 13 passing for 24 yards, 54% on the passing side. Those passes were completed 2 catches for 12 yards for Clayton Kessler, 8 yards on 1 catch for Quig Grossner, 10 yards on 1 reception for Hunter Piper, no yards on 2 catches for Elijah Scott, and negative 6 yards on a single reception for Noah Hunley in the first half. So 40 rushing yards, 24 passing yards, 64 total yards of offense in the first half for the Auburn Trojans. They were called for 30 yards and penalties on 4 called penalties in that first half of play. For the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished first half with 11 first downs. They were led in rushing by 75 yards on 5 carries from Jake Otker, 19 yards on 4 carries for quarterback Tucker Cook, 14 yards on 2 carries for Taylor Graham, 14 yards on a single carry for Hayden Gratton, and 9 yards on 3 carries for Jaden Moore in the first half to total out to 131 rushing yards. Tucker Cook is 4 of 7 passing with an interception for 57% for 73 yards. Passes completed 2 catches for 50 yards for Jake Otker, and Taylor Graham with 53 yards receiving on 2 receptions. Caden Ferguson did catch the ball also once for a negative 3 yards.
At halftime, it is 30-6, the lead for Pittsfield on top of Auburn. A final break of the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We get set for the second half next.
Prairie Land FS provides complete seed and application service. Our trained energy specialist, along with our crop specialist, can help you take your farming to the next level. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at No. 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Just about ready to kick off the second half, thanks to Little Jess Motors for being our halftime sponsor. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Quincy, Illinois, the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. Pittsfield will receive to start the second half. And, John,
Auburn will kick.
You need to fix your scoreboard camera again there, pal. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but you didn't really fix it.
I did. It just didn't really stay. Here, just a moment.
Hold, please. Oh, yeah, that was much better. Stop. Oop, nope, right, left, stop. Yep, right there. There it is, the perfect spot for it.
It's zoomed 40 times from where it is, okay?
Excuses.
It's a long, long way. Very small movements make it move a long way.
What they say about excuses, John?
They are like...
excuses.
Excuses.
Yep. Well...
Hairs on some people's head. They've got lots of them.
That's right. Auburn had a couple of good drives in that first half. The first one, of course, resulted in a touchdown. They got all the way down to the Pittsfield 6 on one drive. Actually, it scored the touchdown, but it got called back due to a penalty, and then unable to overcome the illegal man downfield penalty and turned away. Pittsfield, on a couple of the plays they've scored on, have been fairly long, big type of plays, and that's what you're looking to cut down on if you're Auburn.
Saki's had them stopped, of course, in that first set of plays. If not for the roughing the punter penalty, they would have been getting the ball with no score. It could have easily been 30-0.
That is true. See if Pittsfield makes a change in some personnel in the second half to work some of the other guys in here. Up 30-6. Jonas Anderson is taking some snaps on the sideline. He is the sophomore quarterback for the Sockies. He and Cook have basically split the time here at the JV level.
Who is 55, Charlie?
That is Bryden Smith.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out who was giving snaps to Anderson there. Just didn't have him on the roster that I have.
Piper has it teed up, ready to kick it off here. Hunter Piper, the sophomore for the Trojans. Heard his name a couple times on the receiving side of things as well. He's got it teed up at his 40-yard line, ready to kick this one off. And the clock was not ready yet.
They were going to start before the halftime ended, so
yeah, they had not given the ready whistle yet.
Halftime had 10 seconds to go.
Hey, halftime's over now. And now Piper says, can I kick now? I'm ready to kick. And he's going to try the onside attempt, and it's going to go about 2 yards.
Piper says, I'm going to pick that one up, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but please don't hit me. I don't really want to get hit. I didn't really do anything.
That's where Pittsfield look at the ball at the 42. So Auburn tried to onside the ball to start the second half and did not pay off for the Trojans. Right at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. That is the Auburn 42.
It was a solid miss kick.
Yeah, he just didn't really have all of it, did he?
Almost any of it. I'm kind of surprised that they did go on ahead and onside after the attempt there.
Anderson is in at quarterback now. He'll hand it off to Ocker, and he'll be taken down quickly for a loss on the play. Back to the 44-yard line, a loss of 2. They bring up a 2nd down and 12. Anderson not quite the same size physically as Cook, taller than him, but more slender built.
Probably not as natural of a runner.
No. 2nd and 12 here. Anderson again in the shotgun. He will fake the handoff. Now is in some trouble. Throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. He had all kinds of pressure back there. Incomplete pass, and it's quickly 3rd and 12. Graham will check in now in the slot. On this 3rd down and 12. Ocker stands to the right of the quarterback, Anderson. 9:20 to play in the 3rd. He is back to pass. Going to heave it down the middle of the field, looking for Graham. Graham has it again, breaks the tackle, gets a block from Ferguson. Still on his feet, down to the 10, cuts back into the middle and near the 5. And a catch and run again by Taylor Graham, a big one. They'll call him down near the 7-yard line. That's a pick up 37 yards on the play, and a 1st and 10. Graham is showing that he is very reliable in that receiver spot. Just get it near him. He's got good hands, and then he does a nice job after the catch.
He's got 90 yards receiving now.
Ocker now comes out as Jaden Moore checks into the running back spot. Anderson is in the shotgun with 8:55 to play in the 3rd.
Sockies have certainly spread the field here.
They'll hand it off. Nope, they pass it now on the right-hand side. That is to Marable. Marable fighting hard for yardage. Just wasn't much there. He gets it down to around the 3. 4-yard gain on the play to bring up a 2nd down and goal to go from the 3. 8:30 and counting in the 3rd. He caught that ball behind the line of scrimmage and then really had to fight for those yards, did Bodie Marable. 2nd and goal here. Anderson in the shotgun. Moore stands to his left. He'll pass it here. Dangerous ball, and it is nearly intercepted. They were looking for Ferguson and nearly threw the interception. Call me crazy here, but
if you're going to throw it up for grabs, it wouldn't be to Ferguson?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all, but call me crazy. Why don't you just run the ball more?
Well, that could be too.
You know, Ferguson and Piper actually matched up on each other out there, about the same size. So I don't mind that, but it was just kind of a jump ball. Yeah, nothing against Fergie. If I'm throwing a jump ball, it's probably not to him. He's more of a quick hitter and then a speed guy after the catch. Incomplete pass stops the clock. They will have a pass out to Marable, puts his foot in the ground, cuts back, and he'll get in for the score. Bodie Marable on the 3-yard reception with 8:06 to play in the third. And that makes it 36-6. Pittsfield on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Really nice job by Bodie Marable. It's been good to see his progression as a football player. Again, a first-year player last year as a freshman. And just his overall growth and physicality has been impressive. Saukeys will go for the 2-point try. Anderson is under center. Hands it off to the first back. That is Moore, and he gets in for the 2-point try. 2-point try is good to make it 38-6 Pittsfield. 7 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the third. The Saukeys get the touchdown on the pass from Anderson to Marable, who fights hard to find the end zone and give the Saukeys the 38-6 lead.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
7 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the third. A 38-6 lead for Pittsfield now. Following the catch by Marable. He'll now kick it off, and it's going to be taken by Piper. Has a little trouble with it. Picks it back up around the 25. Now 30-yard line, and he'll be taken out of bounds here. Run out by Hayden Gratton that time, and they'll mark him near the 33-yard line, it looks like here, and that's where the Trojans will start first and 10 with 7 minutes, 39 seconds to play here in the third.
Did Auburn call timeout?
No. They're just huddling like they do before offense every play. You asked this on Friday, too. I don't know why you're surprised. It's the same thing they did Friday. Just go to the sideline, get everybody on the same page, and then everybody comes out as a unit.
Still surprised that the coach can come out on the field that far during a live play.
At the numbers, so yeah, he absolutely
I guess that's
can.
True.
I don't know why you're surprised. Campbell will be under center here. Calls the line set. He will hand it off to the first back. That's Hunley. Hunley is taken down after a short gain to the 35-yard line, a gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 8.
Hunley with 19 yards now on 6 carries.
Like in on the stop that time for the Saukeys was Lucas Edwards. 2nd and 8. Campbell this time in the shotgun. He will fake the handoff to Hunley and is back to pass, has some pressure and is sacked again. Taken down by Tucker Cook in the backfield for the big quarterback sack. They'll put the ball back inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, a loss of 7 yards on the play, and be a 3rd and 15. Cook again was in there in a hurry from that outside linebacker position.
I don't think anybody got even a chip block on him, did they?
Trojans will put 3 men out wide to the right-hand side of the trips formation. Single receiver to the left. Campbell in the shotgun. The left-hander's back to pass. Trying to set up the screen and had Hunley but it falls off of his hands incomplete and brings up a 4th down. Had to get rid of it that time as a lot of pressure coming from the right side from Davidsmeyer. So a 4th and 15 for the Trojans. You would think a punting situation here. Graham thinks so. He's back at the 42-yard line here. Here is Campbell on the punt. High kick, not extremely deep. Pittsfield will want to get away from this one. And it will take a roll in Pittsfield's favor and roll dead near the 44-yard line. That's the Auburn 44. With 6 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the third. And Pittsfield will take over in Trojan territory, leading 38-6. So Jonas Anderson comes out for his second series as the quarterback here for the junior varsity team. Helped lead the team down the field on his first drive. Big play was that catch by Taylor Graham.
Graham will make a quarterback look better, doesn't he?
Yep, he's not in the game right now. And they fake the handoff. Going to pass it to the left-hand side and incomplete. Looking that time for Hayden Gratton. Yeah, he'll stop the clock and bring up a 2nd and 10. It's a dangerous pass. Ball in the air a long time. Not very far from the line of scrimmage. Very easily could have been picked off.
And you'd have had nobody there to tackle that man. He would have gone for a touchdown.
Clock stops with 6 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the third. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right-hand side. Anderson again in the shotgun. He will hand it off to Otker. Otker will be taken down immediately in the backfield by Anthony Moore. Moore in on the stop near the 46, a loss of 2. And it's 3rd and 12. Nice job by Moore on the big stop that time for the Trojans. Two receivers right, 2 to the left-hand side. Anderson in the shotgun on this 3rd and long. He's back to pass. Has some time, now flushed out of the pocket, throws it downfield. That is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver and Dominic Cooper, and this brings up a 4th and 12. From the 46, if you're Pittsfield, you could punt here, and I think they will.
Cooper felt like he maybe got hit a little early there, but
I don't think so.
It was pretty much right on time.
Moore will set up the punt from his own 41-yard line. Back to receive it is Hunley for Auburn. The long snapper is Nick Merriman. Moore gets time to kick this one. It's a spiral headed toward the sideline and stays in bounds. Well, it just kind of died right there. Again, not going to result in a lot of change in yardage as that ball is at the 28-yard line.
That's the kicking football. I think it needs some more air.
Yeah, it seemed rather flat off the foot, didn't it? So with 5:41 to play in the third, Auburn will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28. Do want to remind you about Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offers quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, sidewalks, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. Call 309-252-1052.
First punt for the JV Sockies on the evening.
1st and 10 for Auburn from their own 28-yard line. Campbell stands about 6 yards deep in the shotgun. 2 receivers bunched very tightly on both sides. He's back to pass. Has a free rusher, and look out. Gratton is going to get the sack this time as he came free from the right side and sacks the quarterback, Campbell, for a big loss. Back inside the 15, caught the 19-yard line, a loss of 9 on the play, and it brings up a 2nd down and 19.
Yeah, nobody saw Gratton coming, and he went completely unblocked that time.
5:11 and counting in this third period. Campbell is back to pass. Going to try the quick hitter on the right side. Hits his man in Clayton Kessler. Kessler going to be run out of bounds after a very short gain. In fact, no gain, no loss on the play. And this brings up a 3rd down and 19 yards to go. Let's take a look at that Northwestern Mutual replay on the sack by Gratton. He's going to be on the lower part of your screen and is going to go untouched as the receivers went out to run their routes, and Gratton came right around the end, and got the big quarterback sack. 3rd and 19. They'll run a little quarterback draw to Chrissy. Chrissy's going to fight for some hard yardage here. Is taken down near the 30. Check that 26-yard line. A gain on the play of 7 yards. But it's still 4th and 12, and the Trojans will most likely send the punting team to the field. 4 minutes, 12 seconds, and counting in the 3rd. Campbell has been the punter as well as the quarterback, so you always have to play it safe if you're the Sockies. Graham is directing some traffic from way back there now. Campbell's going to go for it here. He's rolling out, heaves it deep downfield, and it is going to be knocked out of the air.
Not. Right there was a young man that knew what he was doing. He went, I can intercept this ball, but I'm going to get it right here. If I drop it, we're going to get it way down there.
Well, Stout was trying to intercept it, and Taylor Graham came away and was like, let's swap this so we get better field position. Graham probably one of the headier players on the team for the Sockies. And he knew that if they knocked it down, he would have intercepted it about his own 44. Instead, they'll take over at the Auburn 26-yard line. So Auburn chooses to go for it. 4th and long from their own 26, and it does not pay off. 3:50 to play in the 3rd. Anderson will be in the shotgun here. 2 men wide to the left, 2 to the right-hand side. Anderson looks to the sideline now with 8 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. He will hand it off to the running back and more. Stiff arm, but a man has got a hold of him. Now, penalty flag flies.
Almost has to be either
I think it's a face mask.
I was going to say, either a face mask or hold.
I think it's a face mask or a face mask. Did Moore grasp the man with the stiff arm?
Don't know.
Or did the defender get a hand on his face mask? Let's wait and see. The run was to the 25-yard line, so he gained a yard of the play. And it's a face mask against the Sockies.
So that's a 5.
Yep, I'll move it back to the 31 and be a 1st and 15.
As a runner, you can do almost anything to try to get away. You just can't grasp the face mask.
1st down and 15 yards to go here for Pittsfield. Anderson is back to pass, throwing, and it is high and tipped and picked. Picked here by Clayton Kessler. Kessler down the sideline and is knocked out of bounds on the interception as Anderson overthrew the man that time, and Kessler was there for the INT. So the Auburn defense gets the takeaway. Near the 35-yard line is where they will take over with 3 minutes, 34 seconds to play in the 3rd.
Not a very long possession at all there for the Sockies.
No, it was not. 16 seconds. Mm-hmm. It just goes to show you what having a quarterback with more of a running threat like Cook in there can do for you, because it's the same offensive line. You know, some people say, well, the line hasn't been blocking very well. It's the same offensive line that was in there before. That's no knock on Anderson. That's a compliment to Cook. He's just at a different level at the moment than Anderson is. Also a year older and quite a bit stronger. Running back here is Hunley. Not much on the ground game this time. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 3 minutes, 14 seconds, and counting in the 3rd on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Pittsfield leading 38-6 over the Auburn Trojans in junior varsity action. Campbell will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, single receiver way out wide to the right-hand side. He'll fake the handoff to Hunley, keep it in his hands. Nice job by Hayden Gratton. He'll sling him to the ground. Good job by Gratton to stay home and not bite on the handoff fake there. He'll take him down near the 34, a loss of a yard on the play, and it's 3rd and 11. Gratton, just a sophomore, one of the better athletes in that sophomore class. Is Gratton. Played some varsity basketball as a freshman last year and played a lot on the varsity baseball team a season ago. Campbell is back to pass for the Trojans, looking right. Now scans the middle of the field, throws it downfield behind the intended receiver, and Elijah Scott. That'll be an incomplete pass and bring up a 4th and 11.
4th and 11. Did they go for it here? They went for it on the 26. 4th and...
I don't know, but I can tell you with all these passes, this clock has not run very much here.
It is not.
Just a small spurts of time with everybody putting the ball in the air and not very many successful chances. Campbell stands near his own 30-yard line. He is going to punt it away this time. End over end kick. Graham will see it bounce and then get away from it here. Ball will roll all the way down to the 31-yard line of Pittsfield. And that's where the Sockies will take over 1st and 10 with 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd. So after a quick turnover by Pittsfield on the interception, Auburn unable to move the ball in a positive manner. And the Sockies have it back. Much different field position, though, from their own 31-yard line. So let's see how Anderson responds after throwing the interception. He'll be in the shotgun with Otker behind him. Nope, they're not going to move him to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right-hand side. Anderson takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Otker. Otker looking to get outside here, trying to turn the corner. Does get a stiff arm and sprints forward for a gain near the 37-yard line. A pickup on the play of 6 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Otker found a way to make that a positive, as sure looked like he could have just kept running parallel to the line, and he said, hey, I don't have any more line to go. I got to turn it up and see what I can get.
He's a guy that's not afraid of contact. That's for sure. Much tougher than his dad ever thought about being. Anderson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, passes it out, to Ferguson out there. He took a big pop. Incomplete pass. And this will bring up a 3rd and 6.
Tough like his mom, Charlie. Jake Otker, tough like his mom.
That's where that toughness would have to come from. It'll be a 3rd down and... there's more like 5, actually.
Yeah, short 5, long 4.
1:48 to play in the 3rd. Clock stopped again with the incomplete pass. Anderson in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Throws the slant, and it is overthrown.
Probably should have been picked off again as it hit the defender in the hands that time.
McCoy was the intended receiver, and Anderson has just been off on the passing game, and here comes the punting squad in for Pittsfield. So another quick 3 and out.
16-second possession again.
Yeah, not very long. Moore at his own 26. Long snapper again is Nick Merriman, the freshman. Good snap. Moore puts his boot into this one, and it kind of goes off the side of his foot. Shanked it. And it is out of bounds at the 34-yard line, so only going to net, 44-yard line, only going to net 7 yards on the punt. Not ideal. 1:39 to play in the 3rd. Auburn will take over in good field position at their opponent's 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Reelnet and Twine, located north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. They have great items for you to choose from. Make sure to stop by and see them. This weekend would be a great time to stop in. New items each and every week. Concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, outdoor wall hangings, and much, much more. If you don't see it on the display area at Reelnet and Twine, you don't need it.
Or if you do need it, maybe ask them. They may be able to make it for you as the time goes on.
True. Trips left, single receiver to the right as Campbell is in the shotgun. He'll put Hundley in motion from the left to the right. He'll hand it to him, trying to run that interrupt. Like, gets a nice block out in front. And Hundley will go down to the 37-yard line. Pick up on the play of 7 yards. He got a big block out in front by the young man wearing the number 24, who we unfortunately don't have a name for.
He really blew up the player that he blocked that time, didn't he?
And now that young man is in the running back spot. No heights and weights, so it's kind of hard to guess who he might be either. He's going to run the ball here, though, and be wrapped up and tackled by Moore and Otker, it looked like that time. Not Otker, he's standing on the sideline. He didn't do a darn thing that time around. Gain of a yard on the play.
1.
And it brings up a third down. 39 seconds to play in the third.
On Friday night, they were playing Who Wants to Be the Kicker. Tonight, they're playing Who Wants to Be the Running Back.
Tripp's right. They put a man in motion. Pitch to the motion man. This is Hunley. Hunley looking for running room. Grattan wraps him up. Hunley spins forward and is taken down at the 35. Gains 2, and this will result in a 4th and 1. So 4th and a yard to go here, and I believe that'll be the final play of the third quarter as the final 7 seconds ticks off the clock here. After 3, it's Pittsfield 38, Auburn 6.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Ready to start the 4th and final quarter. Junior varsity action, 38-6 is the lead for Pittsfield on top of Auburn. Auburn will have the ball, 4th and a yard to go from the Pittsfield 35-yard line to start this final quarter. They'll come out about 2 receivers to either side, but they're really bunched in set. We've seen this several times tonight. Campbell will be under center, and Chrissy is checked in as the running back. Campbell takes a snap, hands it off to Chrissy along the left-hand side, kind of tiptoes his way through it. It's going to have enough for the first down. Down to the 29-yard line to pick up on the play of 6 yards and a 1st and 10.
Chrissy kind of stopped to begin with right at the yard marker, and it's one of those where you wanted to be like, hey, you got to go a little further forward or you're going to get tackled right there and not gain the first down.
Fresh set of downs for the Trojans. Quarterback Campbell going to pitch it to Chrissy this time along the left-hand side, looking for running room, and is slung around near the 25-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
Chrissy with 25 yards on 7 carries now.
Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Trojans on a drive here, trying to get their 2nd touchdown of the night. Quarterback Campbell will be in the he'll set up under center now. Calls the line set, takes the snap. He is back to pass. Rolling to his left, looking downfield, and it is tipped on a good recovery by Jacob Hull. Now to bring up a 3rd down and 6. .9:04 to play here in this one. 38-6, the lead for Auburn. Clock stopped with the incompletion.
That's kind of been the name of the second half.
Yeah, it is. Campbell going to pitch it outside to Hunley. Hunley's got a blocker out in front, has the first down, and is ridden out of bounds near the 15-yard line, it looks like here. Pick up of 10 yards on the play. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Only with 38 yards on 10 carries now. Almost 4 yards a carry average.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Trojans. He went out of bounds, did stop the clock again. Trojans.
Do they have a new team coming in, or did they just head to the sideline to chat for a moment?
I think everybody just went to the sideline.
Okay.
10 seconds on the play clock as Campbell will set up under center. He will fake the pitch. Now he's back to pass, trying to direct some traffic downfield, and it's to the corner of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Wow, what a catch down there by Elijah Scott. Elijah Scott did a nice job, planted his feet right in bounds, right at the corner of the end zone, and gets the touchdown reception.
How many yards there, Charlie?
John, it was from the 15, so I'd call it 15 yards. Let's take a look at that again and see if we can see that on the Northwestern Mutual Instant Replay. The play action pass where they fake the pitch. Nice job by the quarterback to create some space, and then, man, Scott did a great job to stay in bounds there and make that catch. Now the 2-point try. Quarterback Campbell will keep it himself, and he'll scramble in for the 2-point conversion to make it 38-14. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to play in this one. It's Pittsfield 38, Auburn 14. Back with you after this.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
8 minutes, 50 seconds left in the ball game. 38-14 on the PCRE Real Estate and Scoreboard. How about Real Estate and Auction Scoreboard? And Auburn will kick off here. They attempted the onside kick to start the second half. What do we see an onside kick attempt here? Down 38-14. Never know. I'd probably just kick it deep.
If you do you let the same man try again? The last time he tried onside, he only kicked it 2 yards.
That's Piper. He's going to try to redeem himself, and he will kick this one just over the front line. Going to be taken by Ferguson, who was down on a knee. And that's where the Sockies will start here.
The 40?
No, it'll be shy of that. More around the 36. And the referee says, how about the, I don't know where they're putting it.
The 30, not the 40.
How about the 40?
Okay.
Not really where it was, but that's what they'll call it. 8:48 to play.
That's where I saw it last.
Ferguson does too much baseball in his life. He's always said, get down, stay in front of that ball. And he did.
Get down and shut up. Sorry, that was different, isn't it?
Two receivers to the left, two to the right-hand side. Anderson is in the shotgun here.
He's a big Forrest Gump fan. He listened to Lieutenant Dan too many times.
Takes a snap, hands it off to Moore. Moore with some tough running. Up to the 45-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play. And to bring up a 2nd and 5.
I was going to say, is that a sneeze from the announcer next door there, Charlie?
I don't know what happened to him. 2nd and 5. Clock keeps moving on the running play. Pittsfield with a little personnel change, trying to get set up here. They'll go with the double tight set. As Anderson will set up under center, and a penalty flag is
delay game. Timeout.
Sockies are going to call a timeout. They had too many men on the field. We'll pause as well. 7:59 left. It's Pittsfield 38, Auburn 14.
At Logan Agri-Service, we consider it a badge of honor to be recognized as one of the larger independent suppliers of crop protection chemicals in the Midwest. We've worked hard for years to provide you with the access to the best herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides from top manufacturers because we know without you, our local farmers, we wouldn't be here. When you have questions, call our local experts to discuss what works best for your fields and your situation, or visit us online at loganag.com. Serving agriculture since 1962.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Back to live action. Saki's in the double tight set. They'll hand it off to the first back through. Ocker, he'll take it all the way down to the Auburn 38-yard line. Pick up on the play of 17 yards and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
Ocker with 94 yards on 9 carries now. A little over 10 yards a carry, average.
And now he'll come out as Hull checks in as the running back. Anderson says Jaden Moore, he's going to line up in the I. And the Sakis are going to get a delay game here. They don't call it real quick.
Yeah, they're going to get a delay game.
And a delay game against the Sakis. Be a 5-yard penalty.
Sakis have 8 called penalties on the evening for 70 yards. A little slow getting personnel change that time.
Now they'll move it back to the 43. Come out in the I formation. Now Anderson is under center. Moore is the fullback here. Stands about 3 feet behind him in a sprinter stance. They will hand it off to Jaden Moore. He'll get a gain near the 41-yard line, a 2-yard pickup on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 13.
Moore with 16 yards on 5 carries now.
Here comes Otker back on the field after that quick breather. Moore, the stance that he gets in there, I would think would be very difficult to take a handoff.
I would agree.
He's almost like almost a sprinter in the blocks.
Yeah.
They'll hand it off to Otker now. He cuts back to the middle of the field, keeps his legs moving, and gets a gain near the 36-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. And that'll result in a 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Otker with 99 yards on 10 carries now.
6 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the contest. Pittsfield with it from the Auburn 36-yard line, 3rd and 8.
Does make the clock move more that Pittsfield's been running the ball here rather than incomplete passes.
Double tight, I formation. Anderson's under center, takes the snap, going to pitch it outside to Otker. Otker looking for some running room, cuts back and dives forward. Ball comes out right at the end. Was he down? No whistle.
They're going to say it was down.
Referee's going to get together and got the mark at the 30.
And when they blew it dead, he has to have been called down. So,
and I didn't ever hear a whistle.
Oh no, I agree, but so you got to give him what?
It was to the 30-yard line. He gets 6 yards, but is it whose ball is it? They're still talking about him. And we are waiting with bated breath. 5:09 left. All 4 officials are huddled together.
I'm disappointed we don't have them mic'd up here so we can hear what they're having to say.
And then they're going to say, we don't know. It is...
it's going to be like volleyball. You're just going to do the redo.
Pittsfield ball. Should be 4th and 2.
Yeah, not first.
No, not a 1st down. So it's 4th and 2 from the 30-yard line. I formation. with 5:09 and counting as they'll start the clock. Anderson will set up under center. He's going to keep it himself. Has the first down as he kind of sped right past everybody. Got inside the 25 to the 23-yard line, a gain of 7 yards when he needed 2. That'll be a first and 10 for Pittsfield.
He did what Javen Petty's done sometimes. He got right up in those blockers, and then he got past them, and all of a sudden he looked around and he went, where is everybody else? The rest of my team is still behind me. I need to keep running.
First and 10 here from the 23-yard line. Just under 5 minutes left in the contest. I formation. And a double tight set. Anderson takes the snap, hands it off to Moore. On the little inside handoff to the fullback near the 21-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. Brings up a second down and 8. Ocker checks back in at the halfback spot.
Keep putting Hull in as the decoy back, Charlie.
That's right. Anderson comes to the sideline for the play call. Now jogs back out. He'll relay it to his teammates. Pittsfield burning some clock here in the I formation.
Good to see the play clocks being used tonight.
A novel concept. Takes the snap. Hands it off again to Moore. Moore fighting for yards. Gets the forward progress to the 19. A gain of 2. And it'll bring up a third down and 6.
Moore's got 20 yards on 7 carries now. He's picking them up 2 and 3 at a time.
Moore's got to watch some Jesse Davidsmeyer film. Watch how he kind of bounce off those first guys.
Davidsmeyer over here on the sideline. He played some defense in that first half.
Double tight I formation again with just over 3 minutes left. Anderson takes the snap. Going to run the option. Fakes the pitch and now is still on his feet somehow. Everybody's kind of stopped playing. Anderson's still trying to fight for yardage, and he's going to lose 2 yards.
He ran a really long way to lose those 2 yards, though.
And it'll bring up a fourth down and 8. He stayed on his feet for a lot longer. I kid you not, in the middle of the field, there were 2 guys. They were standing up almost just talking to one another. One from Pittsfield, one from Auburn. They went, oh, still game going on.
Oh, wait, there was no whistle? What are we doing?
Fourth and they'll call it 7 officially.
Looks like a solid 7.
Yeah, Pittsfield will go for it here from the Auburn 21. See if they try to pitch it to Otker outside possibly here. Anderson under center with 6 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. We'll hand it off to Otker. No, going to keep it himself. Throws it downfield. Has a couple of men down there. It's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown. I believe that's Ferguson on the reception on the play action pass. And then one of his own teammates knocks him down in celebration.
They shouldered to shouldered with him, and Fergie said, hey, easy.
Sorry about you, fella. And the touchdown makes this a 44-14 game.
How many yards was that, Charlie?
21 yards.
Thank you.
On the play action pass. Pittsfield will go for 2. Anderson will keep it himself on the quarterback keeper, and he'll be in for the 2-point try. 46-14. Saki's on top. This time they go to the air with some play action pass. And find the man in Ferguson for the touchdown. Makes it Pittsfield 46, Auburn 14.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
2 minutes, 4 seconds left in the ball game. 46-14 is the Pittsfield lead on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Bodie Marable has it teed up, ready to kick it off once again. He'll kick this one right down the middle. Hundley will take it off the bounce here. Breaks a tackle and now is stood up. Fights forward. Good hard run.
Kind of ran into his own blocker that time to get stood up there.
And up their own 38 is where Auburn will take over with 1 minute and 57 seconds left in the ball game. Stay tuned for the postgame show presented by Blessing Health System. We'll have some quick unofficial stats in the game. Do want to let you know we'll have football action for you on Friday night. Pittsfield will take on Porta. 7 o'clock start time pregame show around 6:30. Saturday it'll be Camp Point Central at Carrollton in WIVC action. Here's Hundley on the run now, trying to break one outside. Still on his feet down the far sideline. Look at him go. He might be gone. Hundley going to go for 6 here. It seemed like he was shot out of a cannon that time. Takes the ball all the way in from 62 yards out in the blink of an eye and makes this a 46-20 game. Hundley looked like he was going to have a short gain, and then all of a sudden he broke one tackle and was gone. 62 yards.
Hundley with 100 yards rushing now.
And the Trojans will go for the 2-point try. One minute, 45 seconds left in this contest. Campbell rolls out to the right. He breaks a tackle, meets a man right at the goal line, and is hit and tackled. 2-point try, no good. Weston Leonard on the stop for the defense for Pittsfield. 1 minute, 45 seconds left in the ballgame. 46-20 as Auburn gets the score on the big run from Hundley. Back with you after this.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
We will pay the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now.
It is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring.
So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
1:45 left in the contest, 46-20 the score. Pittsfield leading Auburn in junior varsity football action.
Hundley with a big 62-yard run there to get the touchdown in a hurry.
Auburn's varsity travels to Stamford Olympia this Friday. I think that'll be a good contest. I really do. I think the Pittsfield Porter game here on Friday will be a good one as well.
Come out and see it. Should be a beautiful night for football.
Here is Piper. This one teed up. We're ready to kick it off. He will kick this one toward the middle of the field. Sakis have a couple of men retreat back and now pick it up off the ground. Trying to get a number on the ball carrier here. For the Sakis, who is run out of bounds near the 37. That was... Still can't tell. Cooper?
I believe it was Cooper. We're going to say it was Cooper.
All right. To the 37-yard line. And that's where Pittsfield starts first and 10 with 1 minute, 34 seconds left. Going to the double tight I formation here. Anderson under center, and we'll just kneel this one out. And he'll have to do that just a couple of more times here with the 40-second play clock. And this one will be over. Auburn has 3 timeouts, but everybody in agreement that this game is over. So no reason to burn those here. And I believe it'll just need to be one more, Neil. And this one will be over. Anderson, again, sets up under center. Takes the snap. Kneels. The most exciting several seconds of football here.
The most unfair play in football. You, as the quarterback, lose a yard every time you do that. And
he said he'll have to do it one more time. And Jonas says, okay, that's going to hurt my rushing average on the day. Loses another yard, takes a knee, and that's going to be the final in this one. Final is Pittsfield 46, Auburn 20. In junior varsity football action, we take you to the postgame show presented by Blessing Health System, where we have final stats and more after this.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah.
What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Welcome back on the postgame show presented by Blessing Health System with locations across the region with primary care, specialty care, emergency medicine, and more. Blessing Health System is here to serve all of your family's medical care needs. Learn more at blessinghealth.org. Pittsfield, they fell behind early 6-0, then reeled off 36 points in a row at one point. They win this one 46-20 in junior varsity action, and John has a look at some final stats.
First for the Auburn Trojans, they finished the game with 10 first downs to Pittsfield 16. They finished the game with 123 total rushing yards. Leading rusher was Noah Hunley with 100 yards even on 11 carries. Quarterback Peyton Campbell was 9 of 18, passing for 50% for just 39 yards. Those passes were completed to Elijah Scott, 15 yards on 3 catches, and Clayton Kessler also had 12 yards on 3 receptions, 10 yards on 1 catch for Hunter Piper. And then a few other guys had receptions for negative yardage. For the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished the game with 186 rushing yards. Leading rusher was 105 yards on 11 carries for Jake Otker, 20 yards on 7 carries for Jaden Moore, 19 yards on 4 carries for Tucker Cook, 14 yards, 2 carries for Taylor Graham, 14 yards, a single carry for Hayden Gratton, as he now leads the pool on the jet sweep pool, with 14 yards on his jet sweep run, and 2 yards on 5 carries for quarterback Jonas Anderson, to total out to the 186 rushing yards. The 2 quarterbacks on the night, Tucker Cook was 5 of 8 passing with an interception for 100 yards. Jonas Anderson 4 of 11 for 65 yards, also an interception, so 165 total passing yards, 186 rushing yards, 351 total yards of offense for the Sockies, to 162 yards of offense for Auburn on the evening.
Time to name our player of the game. It's presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the night from Jake Otker for Pittsfield? A couple of big-time plays tonight and over 100 yards on the rushing side for the sophomore Otker. He is tonight's player of the game.
I totally didn't even tell anyone he also had 50 receiving yards on the night. So he had 155 all-purpose yards on the evening.
Talent from his mother's side for sure. That's going to do it from Glen C. Smithfield. We hope you'll join us again on Friday night for varsity action as Pittsfield plays host to Porta on senior night for the Sockies. For John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. Thank you for joining us for another Central Illinois Sports presentation.